Hey, what's up, yo? It's your boy Felipe here. Wait a second.
Are you rapping?
Estoy tratando de hacer algo diferente. I moved to New Jersey, so I figure I had to just add a little bit of more flavor to the way I talk. But if you guys don't like it, let's scratch it. Let's start again. What's going on, guys? Felipe here. Today I have a very exciting video tutorial for you where we're going to talk about how to add sound effects to your current Dreamfoot stock sounds. Let's get started. So you may ask, why add effects to the stock sounds? Well, you don't have to, but if you're a nerd like me, you know that when you add effects to stock sounds, it brings everything to life and it sounds so exciting. And let me give you an example. Guys that nowadays buy the old vintage synths, the Juno 60s, the Junos 106, and they plug straight to the system, they feel like they're missing something. And suddenly you feed that through a nice reverb pedal and a nice delay, and the sound just changes so nicely that it becomes something new, it becomes fresh. So today I'm gonna show you how you can freshen up those sounds by using the AUM plugin app, the Dreamfoot app, and the new effects that Eventide released for iPad. So let's just dive into it. So the first thing we're going to do in this example is to open the AUM Audio Mixer app. Once the app opens, we're gonna press the plus sign, and we're going to create an audio channel. Next, we're going to add Dreamfoot to the channel strip, and we're going to insert an inner app audio and select Dreamfoot. Once it opens, let's click on it, and now we're into the Dreamfoot app. The first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the iRig Blueboard to trigger the sounds on the Dreamfoot app so that we can look at the screen with the effects. So let's go ahead and go to Settings, MIDI in, and select the Blueboard. Next, we're going to select a sound. So for this example, I want to use the Shimmer pad. And the Shimmer pad is this pad that has a really nice octave on top. It sounds really nice, but I know that once we add effects, it's going to change the sound and it's going to have a different flavor. So let's try out this sound without any effects. This is how this sounds like. It's a nice sound, but you'll see what happens when we start adding some things. So let's go back to AUM. And the first thing we're going to select is an effect that is part of AUM, and it's a filter called low pass filter. And pretty much what it does is that it's going to roll off all the high frequencies, and it allows you to play with the texture of this pad because it's suddenly going to go from a bright pad into a nice warm low pad. So check this out. I'm going to move it as I'm playing with it. So I'm using the Blueboard to trigger the sounds. Very nice. We added that effect. Now let's go ahead and add one of my favorite effects that I used to love in college. We actually had the rack that created the sound, and this is by Eventide. We're gonna add an audio unit extension effect called micro pitch. And I remember that every time in college that we wanted for vocals to sit well in the mix, we just went exactly to where I'm gonna go through the factory presets, and you select the H3000 micro pitch, and pretty much it widens the sound. It makes not anything, but it makes many things that go through it just sit well in the mix. So let's hear it without it again. And now let's add it to the mix. It's a very subtle change, but it adds a little bit of a spread to the sound. And lastly, I want to add one more effect, which is also by Eventide. So we're going to add an audio unit extension, and we're going to select BlackHole. BlackHole brings so many memories. I am a guitar player, and I remember that I bought the space unit that Eventide created, and the BlackHole is a beautiful reverb that goes from this little thing into this huge space. That's probably why they call it BlackHole. So I'm gonna go ahead and select a preset that I made, and let's listen to it without it. Now let's add the BlackHole Reverb. As you can see, there's a beautiful decay at the end of the sound, and you can play with the settings and make it a little bigger, add a little bit more decay or feedback to the end of that reverb. But I'm just gonna play for a little bit while you guys listen to it, and I'm gonna play with the filter and the reverb settings so you can see how you can be very creative by adding effects to the sound. So let's go. You can do a lot of neat stuff with this reverb. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. There are tons of effects on the App Store that, you know, can tweak any sound that you already own and just give it your own taste. Just sculpt that sound to your liking. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you on the next one.